Balmy, sunny conditions greeted the riders for the 83rd edition of Gand Wevelgem, but crucially there was a very stiff wind blowing, which would determine the outcome of the race. And this is what was on the menu today. The start in Ypres, heading out east before heading north, the flatlands through the Panna, and then back down to the 11 Helligen. Several to be covered a couple of times, including the fearsome Kemmelberg. 3 ascents of that climb, the last of which the steepest before the 35k run into the line in Wevelgem, 247.5 kilometers in total. And that wind that we mentioned before, well, it really did play its part early on in the race, breaking the race up into several echelons very, very early on. And with still 97 kilometers to go, we had a big group of 25 riders that went clear, including Wout Van Aert, Sam Bennett, Danny Van Poppel, Sonny Colbrelli, to name but a few. And there was a furious chase behind because one of the big teams that had missed it were indeed Deceuninck Quick-Step. They only had Sam Bennett in the breakaway, so Zdeněk Stybar, David Bannerini trying to force the chase, but it wasn't to be. And the second ascent up the fearsome climb of the Kemmelberg was led by Wout Van Aert. His efforts to thin things out proved pretty fruitful. You can just see Trentin fighting to stay on the wheel. But after that second ascent, 9 riders went clear, and amongst them some of the fastest finishers in the world. The last time up, and the steepest section of the climb, it was again Wout Van Aert who forced the pace. His teammate Nathan Van Hooydonk struggling, Danny Van Poppel as well, struggling in his wake. Meanwhile, the chase behind was being led by Anthony Tergis of Total Direct Energy. He jumped clear of the chasing group. But meanwhile, there was a tentative move by Nathan Van Hooydonk. He was immediately brought to heel by Stefan Kung. Giacomo Nizzolo there. Sam Bennett, unfortunately, was feeling ill. He was sick earlier on and could not stay with the front group as they sped towards Wevelgem. With 9k's to go, there was still a possible opening. The chase behind was not organised at all, though. And with 1k to go, it was Nathan Van Hooydonk who sacrificed himself for his team leader, Wout Van Aert. And in the end, the sprint was opened up by Stefan Kung with Matthews on his wheel, but straight down the centre of the road, straight as an arrow, it was a Wout Van Aert taking the win. Superb display of strength and sprinting prowess to take his first ever victory in Gand Wevelgem. Punches the air with delight. A very gracious Giacomo Nizzolo, the European road champion for Qhubeka Assos, there in second place. Matteo Trentin was the third rider home, but it was delight all round. And there it is again, that little crafty glance behind just to make sure the coast was clear. And it was, for another, well, superlative ride by the man in form and arguably the most rounded rider in the world today. Wout Van Aert takes the win ahead of Giacomo Nizzolo. Matteo Trentin rounding out the podium. Sonny Colbrelli there in 4th place for UE Team Emirates. Matthews, Kung, Nathan Van Hooydonk, Dylan van Baal, the first rider home from Ineos.
En dit is een feestelijk moment waarop we deze toch wel 3 kampioenen van formaat nogmaals mogen belonen met een